What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the 22nd of May. We're taking a look at Aerodrome Finance this Wednesday morning here. Aerodrome Finance currently up 0.45, down 0.45% on this early Wednesday. Taking a look back to yesterday, up 3.71%, and then on the 20th of May, Monday, 17.59%. Guys, Aerodrome Finance is in a new uptrend that started a couple days back. We're going to talk about that. We'll take a drop into Bitcoin, talk about my thoughts here on the markets, and then also what's actually going on here on the charts, what to look forward to in the days, hours, and so ahead. Welcome to the channel, guys. So the ticker symbol for this is Aero USD. So AERO USD. This is the Coinbase data, guys. Coinbase, you can see up here. This is be a daily chart. Sometimes I look at the 3-minute chart, but overall the daily chart, and then sometimes even the weekly will be good enough for most people. The 3-minute time frame is the other time frame I look at. Sometimes the 5, but that's really for like more of a short-term trader. Let's take a step back here on Aero. Let's make sure we understand where I'm coming from here and why I'm talking about what I am. So the initial sell-off here, we had support at the 85.20, 84.494. We have a new level actually at 84.760. It's not in play right now. We have the move up perfectly right into the 128. I know a lot of viewers were around for that, and we were talking about, look, there's a chance for a pause at 128. That's obviously what happened. This most recent pullback here was something that I was, we were waiting every day. We would come on here and say, look, we have another new daily low, daily low, daily low. And then finally we got real close, guys, to the 85.20. We hit a low of 87 and then we bounced and closed the day actually up 1.72%. That's this day right here. That would be the 14th of May. And then we got a nice follow through day to follow on the 15th. So we have officially on the 14th of May, a higher low for Aerodrome Finance. That is exactly what we were looking for, exactly what you want to see if you're a bull in this. We have the sell-off, we have the resistance, the lower high, we have the support, the higher low, and this rally right here was a lower high. So we're in that neutral zone. Things are a little bit of a concern. We're not fully back in the uptrend. Essentially we're still in a downtrend. We have the pullback right here though, guys. On the 19th of May, we printed another higher low. And what took place on the 20th, we have a higher high, and the markets actually have continued back to the upside. So it's taken a little while, but we do have a confirmation of a change in trend back to the upside, no longer to the downside, which is what we were seeing here. That basically ended when we put in our major higher low and then our higher high. So if you're new to the channel, that's where we're coming from here, and that's just a quick down and dirty recap here. We were looking for the higher high, which, like I said, took place about 3 days ago, right here on the 20th, 2 days ago. We got more follow through yesterday, up 3.71%. Today's a little bit quiet at down 0.4%. So what we're looking for here for Aerodrome is just like we looked for support when the market sold off, we looked for resistance when the markets rallied. We find ourselves just at that same place once again, just later in time here. So my first area of a potential stopping point, or a pause, I should say, a target, is the 128 area. $1.28 USD right up here. That's my first area that I think the price could pause for a period of time. That is call it 6.5% higher than where the current market is at, which is at $1.20, 128. Now, will that be the top? You know, of course, I don't know that. Looking back over here on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, you could say, oh yeah, that would have been the top. We don't know if it'll be the top, okay? We just know that expecting a pause there for a period of time, and that period of time can, carry on to much longer. So, it's possible that plays out again. But anyways, the first area of, call it a slight problem would be the 128. But if Bitcoin, I keep saying it, if Bitcoin continues its trend higher, which so far it's looking great, then, 128 will just be a day or two, maybe a little bit longer. And then the markets will probably flip that into support and then carry on. So we find resistance over here, looking for a slight pause, then a breakout above it, turning it into an old area, turning it into an area of support. Above that, we have $1.3676. My next level I'm looking for, 136.76. And then we have 156.80, 156.80, 153 will be slightly below that. I don't have that on the chart, but that is a important area as well. But for starters, we should be hitting 128 pretty soon here. That is my expected move, and it should be not a problem at all and not too much to ask for a 128 price level to be hit. From the second higher low, 128 would put the price up about 30%. So you're looking at 30%. We'll see how many days it takes. Right now we're 3 days into it, but I mean, that is a very, very large move and a nice return for anybody who is reaping those returns there. Very, very nice. The reason why I think the 153, 156.80 area is going to be very important and probably pretty good resistance is because we have this whole area here, this old area of support for Aerodrome before it really started to sell off and putting another lower low when it first started that sell off, is this area was support for all of these candles here. So our dates are like the 17th of April, the 18th, the 19th. We actually broke down below it on the 24th. The big whipsaw day, the blow off day on the 12th. That area, there was a lot of support, and then when it broke, the markets really fell hard. So when we get back up to that area, I think that's going to give the price a little bit of a run for its money. Perhaps like holding something underwater, it's really going to put some pressure on it and make it difficult for the price to get above it. So if we get up to that 156, 153 area, I think maybe, at the minimum, it takes a couple days before it starts to continue on higher, perhaps up to the next set of levels, which are 183.529, 186.11, 186.11, 183.529. So we'll see how things play out here, guys. So far, so good. We have that change in trend back to the upside. We have a set of, let me circle them for you guys. We have a set of higher lows. We have a set of higher highs. Of course, there's a higher low right here as well. So we're stair-stepping our way back to the upside, and we're just looking for the price to get up to our targets. We're stair-stepping our way to the upside. And like I said, 128 is the first area I'm looking for price to hit. Maybe that happens today on this 22nd of May. Maybe it happens tomorrow. Who knows? But I do expect the price to get there. And then once it gets there, a slight reaction would be very normal. Could be a day, could be an hour, could be 3 days. I just expect a slight reaction, just like we saw here. We saw 1, 2, 3 days. The 5th, 4th, and 3rd of May were a pausing and then Markets traded lower. Do I expect a very large move like this again to play out once we hit 128? I actually don't, but it's possible. So I can't say it's not going to happen by any means. And like if Bitcoin continues its trend back to the upside, which it has begun and is holding well, it'll turn 128 into a support level and then just continue its trend higher. So maybe a slight reaction, a breakout above it. If it gets back tested, it'll be support and then, continues higher. Right now, guys, I haven't seen the markets move like this in Bitcoin in a very long time. I think Bitcoin was up 7. We're going to look at it 7% the other day. That's a huge day. 7% on a product that's expensive as it is massive. So there is some serious money flowing into the markets right now, and we're not far from the all-time highs. And if that takes place, we're going to see Aerodrome go quite a bit higher than where it's sitting at right now. That's my thoughts, guys. And this is, we're just talking about the bullish scenario here. So, and the reason is because we have the change in trend. We're stair-stepping to the upside. We're making higher lows. We're making higher highs. So that's why we're discussing price areas: 128, 136, 156, 153, 183, 186. Talking about price areas to the upside because we're not in a downtrend at the moment. If we were looking scary here and bearish, I would talk about lower support levels. I leave them on the chart because they do exist and they are a real thing, but they're not in play is a good word to use. They're not in play right now. Our upper targets are in play because we're trending higher at the moment, at least in the short term. In the short term, we are trending higher. A very important area to break above and put a higher high in would be that 128 level. Because if you look at this with a little bit of a bigger view would be a good way to say it. So let me draw this on the chart. We actually, we have the major sell-off. We have the lower high. This is a higher low, but this market could print a major lower high and then continue to roll over. So if you look at it from a bigger picture, you could say we're not quite out of the, out of trouble yet. But from a smaller picture, we have a higher low, lower high, higher low, higher high. From a smaller picture, we are the tides are changing back to the upside, which I know a lot of people will benefit from higher prices here in crypto, as most people are bulls. Most retail investors are long and not short, at least when it comes to cryptocurrency. Some people dabble with leverage and then being short, but from the vibe I get from the viewers of this channel who watch these Aerodrome videos, I don't know of anybody who has been not a bull. There's some haters out there, but I don't know if anybody is actually short anything. If you are short, let me know. Be interested to see what you're short, and then maybe your reasons behind that. All right, guys. Today's levels: 128, 136.76. I don't think the markets are going to move higher than that. That would put the markets up today about 13%. But if for some reason 153 would be next, 128, 136, 153, as we continue this higher lows and higher highs here. Exciting times here for Aerodrome. Higher lows, higher highs. We have a little trend back to the upside. Let's drop over to Bitcoin, BTC USD. Bitcoin continues its trend higher. We are stair-stepping to the upside. We have a major higher low and a major higher high. Here is our higher low. Here is basically our highs came in right here. And then obviously we have another one that's taking place right now. We have a level of resistance that we hit, a target we hit, guys, perfectly. 71,335. Look where the market topped out right at that level, and we're getting a reaction to the downside. So target hit perfectly. I was talking about the 71,335 level as a potential resistance level, and that's playing out. There is some room to go to the downside before a solid support, in my opinion, 68,748. We'll see if we get down there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. You know, there would be some support down here at like 68,872. Don't know if we'll get that far or not. Next level, I mean, we're not too far from all-time highs, guys. Very, very exciting times. The next leg up could be the one that really sends it up into all-time highs. That would put you, so my next level, once we get back above 71,335, would be where the market actually topped out over in here on the 13th and 14th of March, 73,494, 73,804, and then putting us into all-time highs would be my next level, 74,958, and then so on and so forth. I have 6-figure targets for Bitcoin. When I see what they are, I'll tell you what they are. We have a 96,000. And then I have one up here, I believe it's 115, $130,000 Bitcoin. These are all targets. Don't know if they'll get hit this cycle, but they are valid. And maybe at some point in the future, they will come into play. Think about where Aerodrome would be, even if Bitcoin just takes out its all-time highs. And it's very, very close. It'll be very nice to see that. And make a lot of people happy and probably a lot of people a lot of money. We'll see if it happens, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep your eye on 128, 136, 156.80, guys, for Aerodrome. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you are not yet a subscriber of the channel, join us here. All links down below. It does help support the channel. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day.